Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Basement Dwellers. Today, we got a special guest, one of my best friends here, Stewie. He's a big nerd, we'll say, for perfect for the show. Ethan couldn't be here today, so we're going to be discussing a whole bunch of things. Guardians of the Galaxy just came out, future predictions for some movies, some classics, but we're also going to dip into some video game talk with Jedi Survivor, Mortal Kombat's coming out with DLC characters. Some got leaked. So I guess we get straight into it with what do you think about Guardians now? It's been like a week or so.
I liked it a lot. I've only seen it once, but it was really good. I have it in my top three MCU of all of them for sure.
Yeah, I think that's easily like it would have been Infinity War, like before this, but yeah, no, like easily it's my favorite MCU movie. I feel like it has so much rewatchability, and especially with James Gunn on Twitter going and explaining more and more as people ask him questions, it just like adds even more depth to the movie. I feel.
Yeah, for sure. I still have Infinity War as my number one, but Guardians is pretty close. I think I have it above No Way Home, to be honest, even though you don't really like that movie too much.
Goddamn right I don't. Yeah. No, I think my top three right now is probably Guardians 3, Infinity War, and honestly, it might be Guardians 2. But that's because, like, the third spot isn't really, like, there's not another, like, Endgame, I guess, but that's, like, a movie you watch once and never again.
Right. It's more of it was like a cultural event when that came out, for sure. That was really good.
Yeah, so, but I wrote down some that, like, I feel like would be a bit interesting, but I think you said you wanted to get into it later, but how about like, what do you think is next for the Guardians?
I think it's gonna be. I think the first thing we're gonna get is probably like a little, maybe like a 6-part short series, probably like going off with fucking, what's her name, Mantis, and she's gonna go off and do her own thing, and then I think Drax's story is pretty much done, and I think we might get something with like Nebula and Drax, but I don't think we'll get anything big with that group. I think we'll just get like small, short installments with them.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I can definitely see like whatever the new Guardians lineup ends up being. Like we get cameos from people who still want to play their characters. Like maybe they have to go to nowhere, so they get Nebula back or something like that. But characters who like have had the completion of their arc and don't really have a purpose for coming back, like Drax, I think we're not going to see again. But at the end of the movie, seeing the new Guardians lineup, I'm super excited. I loved Adam Warlock's character a lot.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick to see all them. That's gonna be like a really funny movie, and I hope they get a really good director to do it. But I don't think it'll be James Gunn.
No, I think Gunn's completely done, but I'm excited to see like whoever gets it will definitely. It won't be like a Winter Soldier type movie where it's super gritty, serious.
Yeah.
But it would have to be a pretty fun movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So. So maybe what about top three like Guardians like as in team members?
Top three Guardians. First one's gotta be. I have to go Star Lord number one for sure.
That's respectable.
Number two. After Guardians 3, it's gonna be Rocket.
Yeah,
for sure. And then 3 probably honestly Drax.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know. I think I just loved Adam Warlock's character so much that like just for like we don't see him on the team until the end, but like his character makes him like top 3 for me, which is a little unfair. So I'll say like 4. You can like substitute Adam in and whether you count him, but it's really hard. But I think maybe Rocket as my number 1, then Adam, then I don't know, maybe Rocket, Adam, and then it's between Mantis and Star Lord for me, right? As my like number 2, 3.
Yeah, it's hard to just pick 3 because they're
Yeah.
all so great.
Right.
James Gunn did such a great job with every single character individually.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited to see as much of a Superman hater I am, like Superman Legacy coming out. I'm actually excited to see what happens with that.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he does with it. I hope he does really good. I think DC really needed someone like him to take the wheel on that.
100%. But like I've tried getting into like Superman stuff quite a few times. Like I started like probably mistakenly with Supergirl, where one of the opening lines was, "I was locked in a cage and then I came out and then I gained superpowers because the sun's yellow."
Oh, do you mean the show on CW?
Yeah. Then I turned it off.
Yeah.
After I heard the sun is yellow, so I have superpowers. I'm a god. So that was like my first like maybe I'll give it a shot. And then I watched like the Flashpoint event of movies.
Yeah.
And oh, man, what was it? It was one of the Supermans. Maybe it was the one. What's the one after Reign of the Superman?
Yeah.
I really like that one. And I don't know if it was like in the back of my head, but the real Superman, clone robot Superman, he was easily my least favorite one. So it might just be a Kal-El thing.
I really thought you were gonna hate that movie because of how much you hate Superman.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, the worst part about it was Superman.
Yeah, he's probably in it a couple times.
No, I enjoyed that one quite a bit. Like, the characters were just a lot more interesting, and I'm like,
yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, then my friend Alex, he's been trying to get me to watch like the Matt Reeves Superman, and now that I've seen like that interview with Gunn saying that it was in his top 5 superhero movies, I might, but
I don't think I've seen it.
I feel like it's what's the runtime on it? My guess is I think when I looked it up, it was like 2.5 or something crazy for an old movie like that. Yeah, I feel like I'm saying the wrong name. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever the first Superman movie is, but yeah, no. Big Superman hater. Maybe it switches it around. Probably not, if I'm being honest. I've just been a hater for so long.
Did you watch all of the DCAU?
Like all the animated ones? Yeah, I watched all of them except for the shows, which would have been like Batman or not. Nightwing and Robin, and there was another one that are like connected in the universe, but I didn't watch.
Yeah, I love all those movies a lot.
Yeah, I just watched Flashpoint 2 days ago again.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
Yeah, I think that might be why I'm so hyped for the Flash movie that's coming out.
Yeah. Even
though it's going to be like a completely different story.
Yeah. Yeah, I really thought they were kind of just going to go with the comics and then use it as a reset to reset everything.
Yeah.
But they're kind of doing their own thing, which I guess is pretty good, especially since it's under, or like it seems like it's going to be such a good movie by the trailers and stuff. It seems like they're going to really pull through on that.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good about it, which is like crazy because of all the development hell that it's been through. And like on top of that, like I've heard nothing but good about it, which is insane.
Yeah, I was really surprised they chose to bring back Ezra Miller as Flash after all that stuff that happened, but I wonder if they're going to keep him long term or if this movie will be his last as Flash.
I feel like with how hyped up the movie is getting, I feel like it's going to be like his redemption arc, since like there's been like whispers online like he's been back to therapy, and like the last time we heard about, or at least me hearing about him doing something crazy, was when he was like on that rampage. But
yeah, on the run from the police.
On the run from the police, hiding on some ranch or whatever. But yeah, no, like I feel like this would be his redemption story, but it's like a very fragile one with everything.
Yeah, he's definitely walking on eggshells.
Yeah,
for sure.
No, I feel like there's definitely a second chance, second wind, whatever you want to call it, to going on. But I'm excited to see what happens. I wouldn't mind if he stays.
Yeah, for sure. I think he like, I enjoy him as Barry Allen. It's the stuff that he does outside of the movies in real life that kind of turns me off to what he does in the films.
Yeah, no, yeah, 100%. I haven't seen all the Snyder movies, like Man of Steel and the Aquaman, and I watched like the first half of Wonder Woman, but I like that was in Miss Campbell's class, so
Yeah, I've seen the first one, but not 1982 or whatever it's
yeah, I
called.
haven't seen that one either, and I feel like there's another, but I don't know. I really liked Batman versus Superman. Maybe it's because Superman dies in it.
That's probably why you like it so much.
That's probably why I like it so much. I bought it. I bought it on YouTube.
Financial supporting.
Yeah.
Good.
But no, like, what was it? Justice League, the 2017 one or whatever.
Mhm.
I never seen that one. I just watched the 4 hour Snyder cut.
Honestly, that probably is better to
Yeah.
do, to just not watch the 2017 one and then just watch the Snyder Cut instead. I wish I never seen the 2017 one.
I seen like a signed poster in what was it? It was Wendy's or something crazy. It was some fast food thing. And me and like Andrew and Noah, we I think it might have been in game or something that we were up at the bleeped.
Doxed.
Yeah, so anyway, I seen it in a Wendy's, like just like the movie poster signed with like a bunch of people who worked on it or something. I was like, okay, why is this here of all places?
That's weird.
It is. It's like man, it's like ingrained in my brain. But I walked into Giant Tiger when I was probably like 5 to 7 years old, and they had like a 8-9 foot tall Jar Jar Binks statue on sale for like $1,000.
God, it should be a Halloween decoration.
I wanted it so bad, but I don't know.
On sale for $1,000.
On sale for $1,000. No, it's actually insane. But oh man. But yeah, like something that's crazy to me with the Flash movie is I feel like it's my most hyped movie of the year.
Mine is either going to be Flash or it's going to be Into the Spider-Verse.
Right. That's the thing for me because like there's been polls taken and like the top 10 most anticipated movies, like the top 2 are Oppenheimer and Barbie, which I'm obviously seeing, but
yeah, obviously pumped for that.
But no, like I feel like I'm just more hyped for Flash because there's like more weight to it almost.
Yeah, there's a lot riding on this movie, both for like the universe itself and outside of the universe,
Yeah.
right? For sure.
Yeah. Plus, like for me at least, like the promotional material for Across the Spider-Verse hasn't been like that strong to me because like out of the a billion ads I've seen for the movie, it's just that one scene where they're in that hub and Miguel's like, "All right, kill that Spider-Man," and they're all like, "What Spider-Man? You got to be more specific."
Yeah, I think what's hyping me up for that movie so much is not really the ads that they're running for it. It's more my own like hype in my head for it.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah, because like I like the first one, but like I think I've seen it twice. Like it's not my favorite Spider-Man. Obviously, it's Spider-Man 2, 2004.
Yep.
But yeah, like I think it's definitely my second favorite out of the 10
There's
right
been
now.
10 Spider-Man movies.
No, it'd be 9 because Garfield got 2. Yeah, 9. This is gonna be the 10th, and it's a 2-parter too. So
yeah.
No, but I think the thing I'm most excited for about the movie is the Spot, because like all the trailers with the Spot in it, he seems super funny, like just like super lazy because he feels like he's just invincible, and then when he's pissed off in that 1-2 second clip, it's horrifying. Yeah. But that's what I'm most excited about for the movie.
Yeah, we haven't really seen a lot about the Spot. I don't really know much about him except for what I've seen in the trailers, but I'm excited to learn more about him and watch the movie.
Yeah, I don't remember like anything about the character. I just remember I was watching like one of the old Spider-Man cartoons, and the Spot was he like robbed a bank, but left one of his spots there. So like Spider-Man goes into the bank to investigate, and there's just like this black hole on the side of all the like whatever something boxes.
Was that the Spider-Man from like the 80s? That
Yeah.
really old one? I've seen that. I must have seen that
Yeah,
episode.
that's the only time I remember the spot. But no, I think what they're gonna do with him in this movie is gonna be really crazy, and it might like I don't think it will reach Infinity War ending since it's a two-parter, but it's gonna be pretty close with the anticipation waiting for part 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you finished Survivor yet?
I was waiting for you to ask me about it. No, I have not.
What?
No.
What's
I
the
haven't.
point?
I'm a little bit over halfway through.
What-
I'm excited to finish it though.
What's the last thing you remember so far?
I rescued Z, then I got back, and I've just been kind of doing side quests lately. I kind of stopped doing the main story just to focus on the side quests and explore more.
Rescue Z from where again?
Where you have to have the second fight with Dagon.
Is that the one where he makes clones of himself, or
Didn't know about that.
no? It's just like a shitty move that he does in a fight.
No, he it's like when you're crawling through you're on that planet and it's like you're inside like an Empire ship or whatever, and then you what's his name?
The droid ship.
Ravis like grabs you through the wall and pulls you out, and then you
Yeah.
use the force whatever, and then the fight with Dagon's a little bit after.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Have you fought Ravis yet?
No,
Man, I think that might be my favorite fight in the game.
really.
Yeah, because like out of the 3 times you fight Dagon, it's just so underwhelming each time. I played on Grandmaster, and his
Yeah.
was like, other than Vader, which I've already spoiled for you, like Vader was so easy, man. I'm so mad that you're not there to
sucks.
that yet.
It shouldn't. I don't even think there should be like a fight with Vader. It should be what it was in the first game, where it's Vader shows up and everyone runs.
Yeah, no, like, oh man, no, it's just such a letdown. I feel because like when you see Vader, you get that like fear response, like as always.
Right.
But like, it might have been because like I had to fight him like 20 times, and I'm like a one shot too if I get lucky.
Yeah, it kind of got repetitive.
Yeah, and especially like when some of the cutscenes just aren't skippable.
Oh, they're not.
There's one in the very last boss fight where you have to use like you have the dash, right?
Yeah.
You have to like Marin helps you and like you have to dash so you don't like kill yourself.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the only unskippable cutscene, but it's still like 7 seconds where you have to be like, okay, and then it also unlocks you for like if you have the thing locked on the enemy, it unlocks that perspective, so you have to relock, and then as you're also doing that, they're fighting you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, all right.
Yeah, that would get kind of repetitive.
Yeah. So, especially on Grandmaster, man. It was really tough. And then there's like some force attacks that I just learned on New Game Plus that I could do, where like when you have Crossblade, you can do like a heavy attack that like sends a force attack.
Oh yeah, I maxed out all my skill points and everything. So I got all the moves for all the sabers, and that one's probably the funnest to use, but it's
Really?
not the best one. The best one I find is I think either the dual wield or the blaster one.
That's what my setup is. It used to be single blaster, but then I found dual wield was so insane for boss fights. So I just kept dual wield as my main, and then blaster.
Yeah, because you can do that attack where like you press L1 and square, and you do that dash where you get in and get out, and then you can escape.
I didn't
So
even
damage.
do that much because for me, I played on Xbox, so it'd be triangle for you. But if you hold that, you do that like force thing, and then if they hit you, you get a free combo on them to break their block bar.
I gotta use that a lot more.
It's so insanely overpowered.
Yeah, and you can press like circle and do the dodge thing.
Yeah. I just learned about that because I was going through and doing like just the cleanup for achievements so I could delete the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like there's so many things that I wish I knew because it would have made my like the boss fights so much easier on Grandmaster. like the auto dodging and whatnot. But I think, man, there was something that was insane. Like, I don't remember what it was. It was some attack or something. Oh no, it wasn't even that. It was the garden. You know what I'm talking about?
The what?
The garden on top of the cantina with Peely. You save her on the way.
Oh yeah, like that like really tall thing that like does like the gardening stuff. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Start planning early if you want 100%, because it's annoying if you don't.
Yeah, I just go in and then I like kind of look at the menu and then I just back right out and don't even bother with it.
Just fill all the plant spots out, and then it'll make it on your way. Because what happened to me, that was my second to last achievement, because one of them is bugged, I want to say, but it's not bugged. They just coded it wrong. So get like I have all the achievements except for those, and then I look at my achievements, plant a full garden. I'm like, what? And then so I just had to sit there and wait for like hours for the garden to grow, because in that save I already did everything.
Yeah. What does the garden give you? Like, is there any besides achievements?
You get the achievement, which is like probably silver for you, but you also get like a map upgrade to see every unique plant species on the map.
Okay.
That you haven't collected yet. But that's the only thing you get out of it. I wish that when you plant a species that you haven't discovered before, Peely tells you about it, adds it to your data bank, but doesn't give you any XP for skill points, which I feel like was a missed opportunity. Which like it's a feature that I don't think many people would care that much about, other than like super hardcore nerds, but that might have helped a bit.
Yeah, it would add more of like a incentive to actually do the gardening stuff beyond just getting 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Man, and the other achievement I was stuck on was you have to get, it's either 5 or 10 assists with both Bode and Marin.
Oh, okay.
But the way the achievement is listed is get 10 assists with your ally. So it's like, okay, I can just do that post game.
Right.
But Bode is locked to story missions. There's no like, you can't go to Coruscant and have Bode at the end of the game.
Okay.
But yeah, what is it? So you have the Bode missions, which are story locked, and they don't tell you that, like, because it would spoil whatever's going to happen later on. But so Bode's locked to the story missions, and then Marin is in Jedda's overworld, but only in like this small area where honestly hardly any enemies spawn. So I spend like maybe 30 minutes just killing people with Marin. The progress bar stops going up, and I'm like, what's going on? So I go on True Achievement. It's like, yeah, you have to do missions with Bode at the beginning. I'm like, okay, that's so cool, thank you. Because he just stays. Like, man, it's such a poorly thought out thing too, because like he just stays like at the cantina instead of like going back in free mode at any point.
Yeah,
just finishing it up.
That's definitely something they should have done, because like Bode's a cool character. Like I like him a lot. He's dope.
Yeah. What do you think about the opening though of the game?
I liked it a lot. I liked it starting pretty much with like seeing like the Jedi Temple and seeing Coruscant and all that. That was really cool. And then they added the part about how like the Emperor turned the Jedi Temple into like basically his own palace. That was pretty good to say, I think.
Yeah, I wish I could say I liked the intro because it was so predictable to me.
I didn't see the the plot twist with like the guards coming in.
Really?
No.
No, I thought it was so obvious, man. I was like, okay, well, obviously they're sneaking into a place, because it wouldn't start with him with a bunch of guards.
I figured he was just gonna break out, and I thought there was gonna be like a big like escape thing from Coruscant at the start.
Yeah.
But then,
which there like kind of was, but no, on New Game Plus I had to redo the intro, and I was actually so mad at the opening because it felt like a walking sim.
Yeah, it was really slow to begin the game for sure.
Yeah. No, I really like the. You probably don't remember because it's like such a small moment, but at the beginning of the game, there's one of those droids, and he like slams you into a wall on the way. And he's like, "Well, the Chancellor said he needs to be alive, and he's breathing, isn't he?" After he just like slams you into a wall.
Why would Palpatine want him alive?
Not, no, Palpatine's Emperor. It's Senator, not Chancellor.
Oh, I get you.
But yeah, no, I was mad about that, but I think between my memory of Fallen Order and Survivor, I think Fallen Order had a way better story, even though like the ending was spoiled for me because I bought the game 2 years after release for like $5. But I think the gameplay in Survivor is so much better.
100% agree. Yeah, I don't wish actually. I like the way that the story went. I like how the first one is like the better story because I feel like it kind of just makes it more nostalgic when you go back and play it later on, right?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad that they focus more on gameplay because I feel like that's one area that the first game was lacking.
Yeah, 100%. Like I went back to like I wanted 100% Fallen Order on an Xbox because I did it on PC Steam, and it took 21 hours. And I was like, yeah, I can chalk this up, but it feels so slow when they take all your abilities away, and it's gonna feel even worse now since like the two sabers, blaster, whatnot. I don't think I could go back to Fallen Order.
No, I don't think so either. I think that game kind of served its purpose for me.
Yeah, I just wish that gaming was a universal platform so I could be like, all right, here's my gamer score because I'm almost at 70,000 now, which is hype. Yeah. So before we move on, I'm looking up my hours because I think I really like how I can track how many hours I put into a game, even though it's horrible. I want you to guess how many hours I have on Survivor.
On Survivor? And did you already get the 100%?
I have 100% on Survivor. It took me 21 hours to 100% for Fallen Order.
I'm going to go with 30. 35.
Almost. 130.
130.
But a lot of the time is idling because I got pissed off at getting my ass kicked from bosses.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't even realize. I forgot you were on Grandmaster, which would have slowed it down quite a bit.
Yeah. But on my actual, like, there's two different saves. Like, True Achievements shows it with your total time with the game open, and then your save shows you with, like, playtime. And my playtime, I think, was, I want to say 60.
Yeah.
Which is a lot, but it doesn't feel like a lot to me because, like, I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about there only being 5 or 6 planets in the game. I think there's 5.
Yeah, I wish there was a little bit more planets, but it's good that they're big, right? Each planet is like its own thing, and it's like a big thing. I wish you could use all your lightsaber stances, or at least more than 2 at once, instead of having to like go and switch.
Yeah,
that would be really cool. But
I don't know how I'd feel about that. The only way I could see them doing that if it's like a GTA 5 weapons wheel, which I think would be bad.
They'd have to like. Oh, I'm thinking like maybe at least 3 because you have 4 like arrows in the D-pad, right? What does the top one do? I know the bottom one's BD-8, and then left and right are your stances. What's the top one?
Top one? I thought
Stamina, it's health.
Yeah.
That's what it is, yeah. They'd have to kind of redo the controls a little bit to make that work.
You confused me there. I'm like, up is BB-8 because I almost never use the scouting or like the
little spray thing.
Yeah, spray thing, and the I'm not sure if you unlock the other one there. Yeah. But yeah, no, like I think I'm like fine with having only 2 at a time, especially like coming off of Fallen Order, where you only have two.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't really use the double bladed that much, and I see a lot of people using that, but for some reason I just don't really like it that much.
I really wanted. I feel like it's the same thing for Survivor, where I would use double blade for open world stuff, but for boss fights, I use single blade.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to parry with the single blade.
Yeah.
For sure.
Alright, let's see. Get back to my topics list. So, I guess since we're on the topic of video games already, have you was it you that you said you seen the Mortal Kombat trailer for the new one?
I have not seen the Mortal Kombat trailer, no.
Okay, so are you a big Mortal Kombat guy? Or?
I used to play it a lot a few years ago with Mortal Kombat X, but I didn't play the new one.
I loved X, but I never played 11. I tried yesterday, I think, to play 11, but I just felt like the controls were really weird compared to X, what I remember of X. But I only did the tutorial too, so I also only found one combo with Scorpion on X, and we just spam that over and over. But the big thing I wanted to talk about with the new game is it's a complete universe reset, but that's not really what I want to talk about. The DLC characters got leaked already.
All of them?
For the first combat pack. So there's two I don't really know, but the three that I do know are crazy big.
Who are they?
If it's real, which I really hope it is, Homelander, Omni-Man, and Peacemaker.
Dude, there's no way. That would... I hope that's real too, but there's no way.
Right? That is insane. But the crazy thing is, I there's that itch in the back of my mind that says it's real, because one, Amazon Italy posted it in the description because the premium version comes with the combat pack.
Then yeah.
And the boys' Twitter showed a bit as it was happening, showed a picture of the Homelander stressed gif.
Mm.
So I feel like it's real, and I think that's insane.
I really hope it is. That would be enough to get me to buy the game right there.
Yeah, I think me and Ethan might be going halfsies on it, even though it's $160 for premium.
I'll go halves on it with Shane.
Yeah. No, man, video game prices suck now. But the premium version actually does come with a bunch of stuff. You get the beta, which comes out August, I think it said. You get the game a week early. You get, I think, the game a week early. You get all the DLC characters a week early. You get the first combat packs of 6 fighters included, and I believe it might be the equivalent of the $10 pack of whatever the in-game currency is.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be $16 for us.
Yeah. Do you only get the first DLC pack, or do you get all the DLC packs when they come out?
I think it's only the first.
How much is it per DLC pack? 15 to 20.
I looked at the price on MK11, and it said it was 20.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good price to pay for Homelander.
Yeah, and it would be, I believe, for all DLC throughout the entire game's lifespan, a week early.
Yeah, that's definitely worth it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna play it all, especially.
Yeah, 100%.
I wish I was better at fighting games. I need to, because they're all kind of the same formula, right? If you're good at one, you're good at all. It's kind of like COD.
I don't know. I guess it depends on the type of fighting game. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat is completely different than Multiverse's Smash Bros.
Oh yeah, I'm talking more the arcade style fighting games.
Yeah.
I played obviously Mortal Kombat, and I played both Injustice games, and I played Dragon Ball FighterZ, and they're all pretty much the same type of thing.
Yeah, man, what have I played? I played X, and oh man, it's not Tekken, it's Soul Calibur. I played Soul Calibur 4, and there's another one I'm missing. I guess if I'm going through all of them, I think the one I was thinking about was Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1, and then also Multiverses, which insane what's been happening with that game. Have you heard?
Yeah, that's wild. That game, that was I didn't play that much when it was out, but I was excited for it to really reach its peak, and then I was gonna get into it. But all the stuff that's happened, like, didn't they like shut the game down?
The game, it might be shut down right now, but it's definitely shutting down in the summer for a year, and then they're going to release the full version since it was in beta.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's still a bit weird because they had season passes, they had different premium versions of the game, which would have been like $160 for us. But it's just really weird.
Did they have all that when the game first dropped, or did they add that after the wave of hype, like, surrounded it?
Day one, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think they just got way too ambitious because from the way Tony, who's the lead developer, talked about it, small development team, and they also had Warner Brothers over them. So they had to go to Warner Brothers before that. And they also, like, were really ambitious because their original plan was a character once every 2 weeks. So it started off with LeBron, which is crazy. But then, like, who else came out? Black Adam, Marvin the Martian, which honestly it might be my favorite on there. I was a big Taz guy, but they nerfed him. But yeah, I know those 3 DLC characters came out for sure. Then I feel like I'm missing some. But, like, even the emotes and, like, cosmetics in the game were super awesome. And, like, the only reason I bought the like season pass at the beginning was because I'm like, okay, I'll buy the season 0 since battle passes are exclusive. They were not. They were not exclusive. They added a shop so you can just buy any cosmetic now.
He scammed you.
I got scammed, bro. But I was like, ooh. Oh man, no, like I would only buy it. I think I bought the second one for like an emote or 2 for like whoever I was maining at the time, but no, it was definitely like the first time I played a game since probably like Modern Warfare 2 where I could just sit down and play the game and have fun, like not caring about achievements or anything.
I assume you mean the first Modern Warfare 2, not the new one.
Yeah, not the new one.
Yeah, no.
I completely forgot that existed.
Dumpster fire game.
Yeah, it's on sale for like, I was gonna send you a picture. It's on sale for like $50 on Xbox right now.
I wouldn't buy it if it was free. I've already bought it twice. But...
yeah, that's insane how like Black Ops 2 is still $60.
BO3 is currently higher in the Steam charts than MW2.
Probably.
Yep. By like 3 places.
Yeah. No, like, I don't know. Call of Duty after BO3, just, I'm glad I quit.
Yeah, it's basically like a yearly subscription to depression at this point.
Right?
Really.
That's why I don't get some of the games. Like, when I was maybe Black Ops 2 era, I was like, or maybe Advanced Warfare, I was like, I'm going to buy every COD game, and I'm going to have a big collection. And then, since I already had COD 2, but I enjoyed it.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, yeah, no, all these games are pretty fun. But after Black Ops 3, I was like, I don't really want to spend 80 on Black Ops 4. I heard the zombies isn't that good from the YouTubers. And then, what was it? They had a free-to-play weekend, and the multiplayer wasn't fun either.
You didn't like it?
No. I felt like leaning more into future tech just sucked.
Yeah, I think BO3 was the absolute peak of COD.
Yeah.
And I think everything after that has been a downward spiral. There was like little like glimmers of hope with like Cold War, I guess, but then like Vanguard and then Modern Warfare and then this Modern Warfare, like it's just like bad.
What would you say your top 3 Call of Duties would be?
Black Ops 3 number 1, Black Ops 2 number 2, and number 3 I'm gonna go. This is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to go Advanced Warfare.
Advanced Warfare.
I think Advanced Warfare is criminally underrated. I think it's the most underrated COD game.
I think it's the most fun COD game.
For sure, yeah. People just like hate on that because it was like the first game that like introduced like the futuristic jetpacks, right?
Well, exosuits,
but that added like a whole other like I don't know the word for it, but like dimension to the gameplay where like now it's not so like linear where it's like there's a guy in front of you or there's not. Like now you gotta like be more aware of stuff, right? I like that a lot. That was a really good change, and I wish they would go back to jetpacks.
Yeah, like especially with everybody, like I think it might have been Infinite Warfare that like was the downfall of everything because everyone's like, we need boots on the ground.
Yep,
Call of Duty.
they begged for it.
Yeah, back to tradition, and as always, complaining ruins the game for everybody.
I agree. In that case, with like pros wanting to go back to boots, I don't think they realized what they were asking for.
Yeah.
Because we got World War II, which I think is the second worst COD of all time. The worst
Really?
being MW 2019, for sure.
What?
Absolutely.
I
No,
think that's in my top
no
5.
question. There's no dots on the mini map, like, and there's no dead silence. It's just like,
I think it's just because I'm a
God.
hardcore player.
yeah, I guess you just be used to it. The game is literally just hardcore now. Like they turn the
Good.
health down to like 10% or whatever, and
725. The
no
goat.
dots on the mini map, and the footsteps are so loud. Like everyone's just camping because they're terrified to move around. It's just horrible.
Oh my god, yeah, no, I think, man, what are my top 3? Definitely, I think my top 3, BO3, Advanced Warfare, and I feel like it's either MW3 or it's Modern Warfare 2019, if I'm being honest. Because I had a lot of fun with 2019, like, especially with Warzone. And like how easy it was to fuck with people.
Yeah, if I was like a big BR guy, I would have MW 2019 higher. But for me, especially like coming from like a competitive side of it, I don't even classify like MW 2019 and Warzone as the same game. Like, to me, they're 2 different games.
Yeah, no, like I think that's what makes this interesting is because we're completely like 2 completely different types of players.
Yeah, whole different backgrounds. Yeah.
Like, I think, what was it, like Black Ops 2. Like, even Black Ops 2, like, Spencer, Cameron, Kyle, whoever was on Xbox 360 at the time, they would play, what was the ranked on there?
Which game?
BO2.
What was it called?
Yeah.
I think it was just called Rank, or
it wasn't.
League Play.
League, yeah. So, yeah, like, they'd all go to League, and wasn't it, like, 4v4 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, like, the main reason I didn't play, because, one, competitive games I felt like took the fun away, and then on top of that I was already playing hardcore, which it wasn't a hardcore game.
I mean, you definitely have a point with like taking the fun away from being competitive, because after playing competitive for so long, now I find it really hard to just play games casually, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard to just switch back.
I feel like that's like what happened to me, because instead of it being like about best stats, earnings, whatever you want to like measure by, I feel like it's what's the point of playing a game if I have nothing to show that I beat the game?
Right.
Because like for Xbox, you have like true achievements, which is like, all right, you have 20 games you've 100%, and you have 70,000 gamers score and whatnot, and like you can compare with your friends, like what percentage of the game have you beaten. But like Animal Crossing on like the Switch, like I was like, all right, cool. I have the museum, so I'll just catch all the fish and catch all the bugs. Once I did that, it was like, okay, well, I don't really want to decorate my island.
Yeah, for sure. That's kind of like when I like play a COD now, it's really hard to like play pubs without playing competitive on the side.
Yeah.
Because like for me, the fun from COD came from winning, and once COD became bad and it became more inconsistent, and it became like they pretty much like took the skill gap in BO3, which was like way up here because of the movement, and then they took like the red dots off, they took out dead silence, they took out like, you know, all the maps are bad now, they're not 3 lane anymore. They just like lowered the skill gap so low that it's like even when you win, it's like it's not the same as it used to be.
Yeah, 100%. No, like I feel like another part of it is just like growing, like getting old, right?
Yeah, you don't want to admit it, but like that's a part of it for sure.
Because like especially like now with the price of video games, like there's not a shot in the world I would have bought Survivor for another like 3 years if it wasn't for Ethan going halfsies on it.
Yeah, I went halves on it too with Jacob. I didn't pay full price for it. I was gonna buy it on PC, but then I saw the absolute dumpster fire that was the PC version. So
that's why I'm so sad and disappointed for the new Spider-Man game, is because like I'm not going to spend $1,000 to get a PS5 just to play Spider-Man, because like I tried playing the first God of War, turned it off in the tutorial, so like
we gotta try that again.
I have the PC port. I think I definitely do, but I want to get a better graphics card for it before I do, so I can actually enjoy looking at it.
Yeah, I have a AMD 6700 XT, which is like a decent, like pretty good card.
I
Pretty
think that's
much
the
like,
one I was looking at.
yeah, it's the equivalent of a 3060 or 3060 Ti. It's like the middle ground. But even that, I looked at like the benchmarks for that for like Survivor, and they were horrible.
Yeah.
So I just bought it on PS5.
I was looking on Amazon at that exact one, and I kind of regret not getting it because like I hate spending money, but at the time it was like I want to say $480. Now it's up at $750.
That doesn't even surprise me.
No, I think that's what happened with me on the PlayStation because PS5 when that first came out, Amazon it was available, and I was like, well, I don't really want to spend the extra $100 for the disc version. I'll wait for the digital version to come out, and then it was sold out for over a year.
Yeah, I planned on buying the digital because I just didn't see myself buying that many games. I would just put them on the console. But when I got to the source for like the pre-order, when like the pre-orders were announced and everything, and everyone was going crazy. I went to like a bunch of different spots, and they were all sold out of pre-orders. And I went to the source in the mall, and they had two there. There's only two left they had, but they're both the disc version. Yeah. So I pre-ordered mine, and then I called up Connor, and then he like couldn't be there, so then I pre-ordered his for him, and then we both went up when they were released and got them both.
Yeah,
we were really lucky.
No, definitely. I'm like, I feel like I have seen them, and like the only time I think the only time I've seen them is when we went to go get yours, and then
my PS5.
No, it wasn't your PS5. We went into GameStop or EB Games for some reason. Oh, to get God of War for you.
Yeah, was it Ragnarok?
Yeah.
No, I got that machine. It would have been the first one then. No, my dad got me that.
Ragnarok. No, it was definitely Ragnarok. Or we went to go look for it or pre-order. We went to go pre-order.
Yeah, I picked it up with Shane. That's what happened.
Yeah. Okay. So it was like in your pre-order, and like you had to buy 2 AAA games with the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Which was like absolutely
wild.
Crazy.
Yeah,
because there's no games out for it at that time.
Like I guess now they're starting to like be more in stock. Like Shane just bought one the other day.
Yeah. So
they're starting to come back, but it's crazy how the shortage lasted for so long. Like that was wild.
That's why Xbox stays supreme.
Because no one wants to buy it.
Because you can just buy an Xbox and nobody cares.
There's so many of them, no one's buying them. Right. Everyone just got them for Christmas by accident.
Go.
They all asked their parents for PS5s and got Xboxes.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, great.
Turn on the PlayStation 5 or the parents Google PlayStation 5, see a white console, get the Series S.
That definitely happened quite a bit.
Oh my god, dude. I think it made it to Facebook. Did you see my birthday cake this year?
Oh my god.
It was a Series S.
Really?
Yeah.
That's dope.
I got a 360 one year. Which is sick. I came with like a controller and Series S. I'll show it to you after this, but if I remember. But like I think especially now that because I used to be like as every young chap is, it's either your PlayStation or Xbox. There's no in between.
Yeah, or you're like a Wii Nintendo kid, right? But like, no.
Yeah. That's still insane that there's Nintendo kids. Like,
yeah, you can see them coming too.
I'm all for the console war when it's against Nintendo. I hate Nintendo so much.
You could like walk down the hallway and be like, that kid has a Wii at home.
That's his main console. It's because you can tell because they're carrying their Switch around.
You can tell because they have a Mario shirt on.
Oh man. Yeah, no, it's easy to pick out nerds, especially when they have Wolf Bow shirts.
Right, you have that.
I do.
Completely forgot you had that.
Yeah, it was oh man, who was it? It was something Queen, one of the zombies YouTubers. Glitching Queen. Yeah, she released that as merch, and I thought it was sick because I Wolf Bow main. Maybe because it was the easiest.
It's easiest to build for sure. I think it's the funnest to use. Like
100%.
All the other bows kind of get boring. Fire's not that good. The lightning got nerfed recently, I guess. So I heard that the wolf bow was like the main bow to use now for high rounds.
Really?
Which I think is sick.
Yeah, because the other ones got nerfed pretty hard, I think.
Yeah, like even like the skull one is like it's like the coolest looking like from like aesthetic perspective, but in practice, not so much.
Yeah, 100%. I think I have two more topics written down. I don't know if you've had any spot on ideas, but I feel like we can do we can talk about uh, unannounced shows that you'd like, and then we can talk about the one that we can fight.
All right, yeah, we'll fight at the end.
Big fight at the end. All right, so I think in my notes I wrote down a Star Wars what if show.
Yeah, that would be mine as well for sure. That needs to get done.
100%, because like especially like I think what if might be it's definitely in my top 3 of like the Marvel shows that are out. Right
Yeah, what if was unbelievable. The only thing I could maybe put above it would be Loki.
Yeah, I went and rewatched Loki. I definitely think it's it's way better than I remembered.
Yeah.
But I think the only show that I didn't end up watching every episode day of release was Miss Marvel, and that's just because I wasn't the target audience. Like,
yeah, I only watched half that.
Yeah, I think the halfway points when I like, all right, it's been a few days. I forgot that the episode released, but no, I enjoyed She-Hulk, even though like the wedding episode is easily my least favorite episode of all the shows, because like they even address it in the episode. It's like this is a placeholder. We have no story for this episode, so sorry.
Nice. I mean, at least they're honest.
Yeah. No, that was my definitely least favorite episode, but like I still enjoyed this show quite a bit.
What do you think of WandaVision?
WandaVision, I think the reason people like it so much and remember it so fondly is because there was nothing after Endgame for over a year.
That could definitely be true. I loved WandaVision. I find a lot of people have trouble getting through the first episode because it's black and white. Like they literally just assume that the entire show is going to be black and white. Like that's what my mom did.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I can't watch that. I was like, just maybe skip to episode 2 and then you'll be fine from there on out. But I thought that was really good, especially the scene with like the two visions at the end when they talk about like the ship of Theseus.
Yeah.
That was a dope scene.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
I'm definitely excited to see. I believe Vision is coming back for Armor Wars, which I think got turned back into a movie. Which,
if you were to ask me like 5 years ago if I would rather like a project be a movie or a show, I'd pick a show. But now that I've seen what happens, I would definitely pick a movie.
Yeah, no, I'm like half like, God damn it, these people are on strike, talking about the writer's strike going on. But at the same time, it's only gonna make everything better.
Yeah. Do you think I don't know if you want to get into the writer's strike or not. That's a big topic.
We can kind of, it's a lame topic.
What do you think's gonna happen with that? Like, they're arguing like because they don't want AI to take their jobs, right? Yeah. How do you think that's gonna go? Because AI, as much as I would like writers to stay human and like that's like ethically better and whatever, AI could probably write some dope stories.
I think AI. You're not gonna like my answer.
What is it?
It would make No Way Home stories, where it's just pulling all the nostalgia bait into one thing, and it's like, oh my god.
Well, maybe the current form of AI, yeah, but AI is gonna be so far advanced, even in like 5 years, it's gonna be impossible to even know what it's gonna be.
Yeah, no, like, I think it's definitely like a really scary question because like as of right now, no, like I've used it to be like, all right, give me ideas. Like I've seen people like, all right, write me a script and whatnot. Like, and yeah, it can like write okay scripts and whatnot, but like, it can't. Like as of right now, as far as I know, it can't make something original.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed too. Talking with like chat, GPT and stuff.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say?
It's like takes ideas that are already existing and regurgitates it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
which is why right now I don't think that it's strong, but it's definitely 100% a concern.
Yeah, yeah. Like if I was a writer in Hollywood, I would absolutely be doing what they're doing because it's a real like thing for them that they should be worried about.
Yeah. No, I feel like the AI was just the tipping point for the strike because what was it? It was one of their demands was I think 3% of a movie's budget goes towards the writers,
Yeah,
which is already like feels insanely
Criminal.
low.
yeah,
But yeah, no, like I feel it's definitely something that like although it's a pain in the ass for like both the consumer and definitely the studios, it's going to end up being like maybe I think the last one was 3 months or something. But when it's finally over and hopefully the best comes out of it, like everything's going to be great, especially like when opening weekends for most movies that you hear of are like a few like in the tens of millions.
Yeah.
But also like show writers used to be given whatever pretty decent amount for 23 episode seasons, whatever. But now it's only like Marvel 6 episodes that they have to write, and their budget is like really undercut for maybe about the same amount of time.
yeah, for sure. I think AI right now is in the stage the internet was in the '90s type of thing. I think now is a really good time for them to get this contract signed instead of waiting. To see
Yeah,
what it's gonna do.
100%.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
No, I definitely agree with you like about that. But no, I guess last thing we can dip our toes into. I want to hear your top 3 least favorite Marvel movies.
Marvel movies.
Or yeah,
All right.
yeah, let's do Marvel movies.
All right. Absolute bottom
Mm-hmm.
is probably gonna be Thor: The Dark World, right?
Yeah.
Like the obvious one. I could put Hulk down there, but the thing is, like, I really do not like Eternals, and I really do not like Love and Thunder. And while those may be better movies when compared to like um, Thor: The Dark World, for example, like they have like better visual effects or whatever, but they should have been so much more than what they were because they had so much more money behind them and so much more fans behind them at that point. So I'm gonna go Thor: The Dark World, Eternals, and Thor: Love and Thunder.
Honestly, I think that's pretty fair. I think Eternals, like, especially with what they did with them, where they're robots, I thought that was a bit weird. But yeah, like the villain is really forgettable, especially when you have Bill Skarsgård playing him. But and like also trying to balance 9 main characters or whatever it was, which already was an issue, but. Yeah, no, like Eternals, I can agree 100% could have been better. I rewatched the Thor movies before Love and Thunder, and honestly, I think I liked Dark World more than Thor 1, but like I just couldn't focus. Like I take it with a grain of salt because I was playing Power Washing Simulator while playing the game or watching them, just as a catch up, but. Neither of them were that interesting to me, so I don't know. Maybe it could. I don't know. Like, yeah, the first 2 Thor movies weren't that good, but I don't know. I enjoyed Love and Thunder. Like, I thought it was pretty fun, but like I don't really care to rewatch it.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't either. I was really like pumped to see both those movies because like Thor 3 was amazing, right?
Yeah.
And Love and Thunder kind of like let me down. But I think Eternals was the first MCU movie I went to go see in theaters and then came out of the theater and I was like, what was that? Like, what did I just watch? That was crazy.
You must have been blinking or closing your eyes when the PG-13 sex scene came on or something.
Yeah, I don't know why they tried to hype that up like something.
It's the first Marvel PG-13 sex scene.
Yeah, like what is the PG-13 sex scene? Like kissing?
Yeah, it was them kissing and then going out of frame.
Yeah, and then the camera pans off.
Yeah. So I think I couldn't find a good third bottom one. I was just gonna be an asshole about it.
You were gonna put it down there, weren't you?
What?
The one. the elephant in the room. No Way Home.
No Way Home is my genuine worst MCU movie.
You just do that to piss me off.
Let's go. Since we already spoiled my number one least favorite, number 3 might be Ant-Man and the Wasp. I rewatched it for Quantumania, and it's just like not fun.
Okay.
I think, but I couldn't find like a third one, so I was give like a pretty standard opinion. But Iron Man 2 is my second least favorite.
Okay.
Want to know why? I want you to guess why.
Why Iron Man 2? I could think of a bunch of reasons. But for you specifically?
Yeah, for me specifically, what's the big reason I wouldn't like that movie?
Is it obvious?
If you know, like, if you know, yeah, to me it's obvious.
If you know, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, if you know.
Was it the Whiplash villain?
No.
What was it?
It's because Elon Musk is in it.
Oh my god, that makes no sense.
Took me out of the movie. It's like what is it? Home Alone 2, where Trump has a cameo. It's like, these are not people.
I can't believe you even remembered Elon was in that movie. I completely forgot until you said that.
Really? I feel like it's one of the more memorable moments in the movie.
The franchise.
Yeah, the entire franchise. Because, like, I think Iron Man 2, the only scene you really remember about that is the team up at the end with War Machine having hammer tech and it just not working, and then Whiplash on the racetrack.
Yeah, that's the one that I remember is the racetrack scene.
Yeah, I feel like those are really the only two memorable things about the movie. But like, I don't know. If I had I don't know what a genuine bottom pick would be, because like I don't want it to be like the super hated on movies. Like, yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, and whatever.
I didn't think Captain Marvel was that bad. Honestly.
I need to rewatch it because I feel like I watched a cell phone version of it.
Did you watch a cam?
Yeah, cam footage. I definitely watched it on cam because I didn't go to the theaters for it. And then I also got like dragged into the like, I hate Brie Larson. She hates all the Marvel characters. I got dragged into that.
When I saw like her like all of her like post interviews or like whatever afterwards, I don't like really like her a lot, but in the movie, I think she does a great job.
I think my top 3 most anticipated for this year right now. Actually, I'll say top 5. It would have been Creed 3, Spider-Verse, Flash, Blue Beetle, and the Marvels.
Yeah, Blue Beetle's gonna be dope.
Yeah, but I'm really excited for the Marvels. Like, even in Endgame, she really only had one sick moment, and it's where Thanos tries headbutting her or something, and nothing happens.
That was pretty sick. And then he takes the Power Stone out and just clones her. That was amazing.
Yeah, and then when she just flies through his ship, that was sick.
Yeah.
But no, I obviously I feel like it's an okay movie, but I don't think it deserved all the hate it got. But something I do think deserves all the hate is Spider-Man No Way Home.
What do you mean all the hate?
All the hate.
Where's the hate for No Way Home?
All these.
You're the hate for No Way Home.
I am the hate for No Way Home. No. You need to go on Twitter more.
I don't follow you. Follow. Just part of the.
I don't follow them either.
Anti No Way Home club.
If Elon's fucking terrible For You page has done anything right, it's put me into more No Way Home haters.
Doesn't that make it better?
That makes it
putting you with like-minded individuals. Other sick people.
No, I'll see like it'll be like, yeah, something about No Way Home, the best 4 superhero comic book movies, and it'll be like No Way Home, Guardians 3, and then like Infinity War, something else, maybe the Batman, and then everyone's like, one of these things isn't like the other, and they're all talking about Spider-Man.
Really? I'd say the one that's not like the other ones is Batman there. Batman was amazing,
yeah,
but it's not even close to like the other one.
No, I feel like it's definitely the weakest No Way Home. Yeah.
out of the Batman, Infinity War, and Guardians 3.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yes.
But that doesn't make it the worst MCU movie.
Is the worst.
Stop.
He even said it right there. He agreed.
When you compare it to like 3 other god tier movies, yeah, it's not as good as them.
Well, out of 10, what would you give it?
No Way Home?
Yeah.
8.5 be my lowest.
Lowest. Have you rewatched it since you've seen it in theaters?
Yeah. I've seen it like 5 times.
Why? When's the most
I
recent?
saw it twice in most recent, like probably 2 or 3 months ago.
I want to rewatch it, but I also know that I'm not gonna enjoy it.
Just like close your eyes for every scene that like the lizard's in, and then see what you think after
I'll
that.
still hear him. La 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 la.
Why?
Yeah.
It's a me.
No, I think the reason I hate it is because it could have been so much better.
Does that make it bad?
It's like another low mid Marvel movie, if I'm being
But
honest.
not the worst.
It's my worst.
I disagree with you, but
Because like it could have been so much sicker now. Like
they could have done. Yeah, they could have done more with it. I agree.
because they like, especially with the promo material, they like, I don't mind that they hid Toby and Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
I mind that they hype it up as Sinister Six almost, but then they're like, no guys, it's not Sinister Six, it's the Sinister Five. And I'm like, all right, that's really sucks.
So did you have like a preconceived notion of what it was going to be before going into the movie and then realized it wasn't that?
No, I like on the last episode, me and Ethan definitely talked about what we thought was going to happen and whatnot, but like just like everything that's come out about the movie since, like it's like James Gunn, but the opposite of adding on to the movie, taking away. Because like I thought having Tom Hardy's Venom in the movie more as like a dominant character instead of like a throwaway of someone who couldn't film like Lizard or Sandman, way better. Especially like if it's like team up type movie, right? Like I think Venom could have worked, but it like already suffers from eternal syndrome where there's just so many characters and you can't give them all like the amount of attention that they need. Like
right.
Green Goblin, awesome villain in the movie, but like Sandman only has one moment, and it's when he protects. What?
They didn't get the actor, did they? It was just like CGI sand.
Yeah.
In the shape of.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they had to do voiceover in Australia because he couldn't fly over because of COVID.
Right.
And then the other guy was filming something else at the time, I think, or something, and then like all the Sandman clips of him in human form are from Spider-Man 3, 2007, just like superimposed into the movie. But like I get that it was like all right, pull all these nostalgia baits in, but they didn't really do anything with that.
Yeah, they didn't really need to include Sandman or the Lizard, but definitely Doc Ock and Green Goblin were insane show stealers for sure. What did you like about No Way Home?
I really like Electro in it. I think Electro is probably my favorite villain out of the three. I really liked, not really liked, I liked Green Goblin in it, but again, knowing what it could have been, I know he could have been better, especially when they released like a press thing saying he was going to actually kill or Tobey Maguire was going to die from Green Goblin, and then Venom was going to bring him back.
Bring back Tobey?
Yeah.
By attaching the symbiote to him?
Yeah, like this, since like the symbiote is like a multiversal hive mind, so the symbiote would have known like, oh, this is Spider-Man. This is my Spider-Man. I've been here before.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Do you think the casuals will get lost on that though?
It wasn't a casuals movie anyway.
That's fair. Yeah, that would have been really cool. You're right.
Like especially like changing Electro afterwards, and then like having all the villains dead, but they're alive in this movie.
Yeah, they definitely did do a bit of nostalgia baiting, but
yeah,
I think they did a good job with it.
I feel like if I were to rewatch, it's just gonna be a really long, like Endgame almost, where like
Right.
in the beginning nothing matters until Doc Ock's on the bridge. All the Doctor Strange stuff, honestly, not that interesting, other than like the mirror dimension.
Right.
But even that, it's like, okay, so now what? Peter, I can't believe you trapped me in here for 2 hours. It took me 2 hours to figure out how to get out of here.
I think that just because they haven't really like gone into like Peter's intelligence like as like the Tom Holland version of it.
Yeah.
So that was their way of kind of like like not like showing because everyone already knows that Peter's really smart, obviously, but like kind of like reinforcing the fact that Peter is like a genius, like he is undoubtedly.
But even then, it's like Doctor Strange would know a way out of the mirror dimension. And that's where he gets stranded for the movie until they need to bring him back.
He took a sling ring.
Yeah, but like Master of the Mystic Arts would still have a backup, especially Stephen Strange.
Yeah, well, he's not Sorcerer Supreme.
And that's gonna be
I thought Wong was gonna die, to be honest. When they gave him the Sorcerer Supreme title, I was like, okay, he's definitely dead now because I thought he was gonna die, and then it goes back to Strange.
It's such a weird thing that they're doing with that. Like, I feel like it's just a pointless detail, man. Like,
yeah, that was kind of like, I mean, like when you think of Doctor Strange, he's like the Sorcerer Supreme. Like,
yeah,
it's not Wong, right? He's cool, but it's not him.
I thought the jokes were funny in Multiverse of Madness, but like at the same time, having it be, what am I trying to say? Like, I feel like they only did it so they could justify having Doctor Strange do other things.
Right, that's what I was just thinking. It
Because
kind of gives him more freedom.
Yeah, if he's Master, then he has to stay in New York.
Right.
But if Wong's Master, then Wong has to stay in New York, and he can go to the Dark Dimension and do whatever he's going to do for Doctor Strange 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like, it's like, I get back to No Way Home. I just know it could have been way better and like be a better standalone movie. I feel like it was such a waste. Like, you can always go back and watch Spider-Man 2 2004. You can always go back and watch that, or even Homecoming and what's the other one? Far From Home. Like, even though Far From Home's in a weird place because it happens right after Endgame and it's about Tony Stark dying, you can still go back and rewatch it.
Yeah.
But like, this is just an event movie. It has
definitely
Endgame
was an event movie, but for me, I think it has a lot of rewatchability.
Especially with the way that they had to edit it, like the pauses for dramatic effect, for the audience to clap and whatnot, being in the final cut.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
That kind of was because it was an event movie. Like, they knew that, like, when Andrew jumps on screen, everyone's gonna freak out, right? They didn't want to like say anything important or like them miss like a certain bit of dialogue, so it kind of makes sense that they added those pauses in.
Yeah, no, like, I can understand why people like it, but to me, just knowing it had that potential to be like top 3, even top 2, just tears all of it apart.
So, what would you give No Way Home out of 10? Honestly.
What?
The lizard does not carry that much weight on the movie.
What?
Do not say 1.
Half a star.
What do you give Eternals as a benchmark?
Out of 10 or 5?
Out of 10.
I think like 4.
4 for Eternals?
Yeah.
And what do you give No Way Home? No. Stop.
3.
Stop, man. 3 out of 5, maybe.
No, not a 3 out of 5. 3 is being generous. I'd give
that
it
is crazy.
2 out of 10.
Okay, so let's take No Way Home, but then take out all the lizard scenes and take out Sandman.
Okay, it's a definite 3.
Those are your 2 least favorite parts. So if you take out your least favorite parts, the movie stays the same.
It'd be even worse.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, you just take out any scenes with those. It's just gonna be a broken ass movie with a bunch of missing scenes.
Oh, I mean, obviously you would like fill them in.
With what? Venom? Then it's a probably
Okay, so
6.
so like if Venom is in the movie, like 50% more. What would you say?
Might go up to a 5.
That's criminal.
If they no, I think it's pretty fair.
All right.
Pretty fair for botching the movie.
It didn't box the movie.
It was so bad.
Oh my god.
What do you mean? Oh my god! You don't even have a No Way Home bucket. You have a Far From Home bucket, which is the best Tom Holland one.
I mean, No Way Home is obviously better than Far From Home.
No, it's not.
All right.
Man,
I'll change your mind
Mysterio is such a better villain than half the villains.
Who specifically is Mysterio a better villain than? I'll give you Lizard and I'll give you Sandman. For sure.
Well, there's only 4 villains in the movie, so.
But he's not better than all the other ones. It's 5, right? Electro.
Oh, I forgot Electro.
Yeah.
He's better than
A little bit
the
under
bottom
half.
half.
That seemed like a reach.
What do you mean?
He's better than like the bottom half of the No Way Home villains. I mean, he's a good villain. I like him.
I think the Tom villains go Lizard, Sandman. Sandman's not even a villain. He just joins them because he has to.
Yeah, like a CGI mud pie.
No, like, not even because like, Sandman, like, he's not even a villain. He's just like, yeah, these guys are leaving. I'm going to leave too. Good luck, buddy. And then he just goes and tries killing them at the end.
He's a pick-me.
Yeah, he's a pick-me. Perfect. That's a perfect analogy or whatever. No, that's that's hilarious.
Whatever you guys want to do, I guess. Yeah, I'll just go on.
That's what that's what basically what he says. Elektra's like, I need that arc reactor, which I'm like, okay. And then like that makes sense for his character.
Mm-hmm.
Then like Doc Ock turns good guy and it's like, all right. And then Norman, like the Goblin persona takes over, which is hype.
Mm-hmm.
But then Lizard's like, yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. I'm gonna wait in the car until you figure everything out. And then the building blows up and he's like, I told you so. And then J.J. Jones is like, dinosaur!
I mean, yeah, that's true. But like, I still think it's a great movie. I mean, it's not a perfect movie by any means. But
I can't wait to edit this up and
you're just gonna cut
have
it
you
up and then,
shit
like,
talk
have
the
me
movie. Yeah. What's your like number one least favorite? Spider-Man. No,
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Oh man, no. I think I've been like, I'll give you this where I've been giving undeserved hate, and it's like the OG trilogy of Star Wars, because like I haven't watched Star Wars since high school. Like,
do you like old movies, or does that turn you off?
Why would you say it like that? But
why'd you have to say something?
I think old movies are fine to watch, but like like if it's I don't know, 60s 70s like film camcorder whatever.
Yeah.
Like there's like an obvious like 144p type stuff. It's like can I really watch this? But I think like Star Wars like original trilogy, like that's like good quality still.
Yeah, I mean, like for the time, it's like mind blowing.
Yeah,
good, for sure.
But I also like haven't rewatched them since I want to say maybe grade 10 or 11. So that's what 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Away, and on top of that, like my introduction to Star Wars was Lego Star Wars: A Complete Saga. So like,
I think that was mine too in the DS.
Yeah.
That was probably.
I don't think
360 or
60.
something. Can't remember. Been watching. I've been at it for a while.
Man, Skywalker Saga was such a letdown too. I was so mad, and I paid full price for it.
I did too. I didn't even finish it.
No,
I didn't get to the second mission.
I beat the prequels trilogy, and then I had to play. I started episode 7 because of. Yeah, I did episode 7 before original trilogy because in main world you either play through 4 to 6 to unlock the Wookiee stuff, or you can just play episode 7 and unlock it.
Okay.
So that I went to episode 7 after that because like like my 100%er brain was being ripped apart in like 500 different directions because it's like
Yeah.
look at all these things on the screen. go collect this brick. Oh, you can't climb walls yet. Play episode 7 or play through episode 6. It's like, all right, whatever. But no, like especially being on Steam where I bought it.
Oh, you bought it on PC.
I bought it on PC.
I've never played a Lego game on PC, but I imagine it's pretty cool.
I mean, like it ran really well, and I played on controller too. So
Right.
So it's like not that different, honestly. But or I assume not. I haven't played on console, but yeah.
What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Movie? 9.
I'm walking off the pot. I knew you were gonna do that.
No, I don't know. If I'm being honest, 8. 3.
Great, you got it. Correct.
Correct. No, I think it definitely goes 3, 9, 8, 7.
Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Okay.
No, I think 3, 7, 1 maybe for me, but that's because
Okay.
like I said, the my memory of how I interpret those movies are through the Lego games.
Right. Did you like one a lot? Like
I think
Phantom Menace?
the reason I like Phantom Menace is so much is because of Duel of the Fates.
Right, that's sick. You should definitely watch the 3. The original trilogy, for sure.
I've been thinking about rewatching them, but it's like 6 movies if I do rewatch them because like I feel like I'd want to start from 1.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
By the time you get to like 2 or 3, you're not going to it. But 5 and 6 are they're all amazing, but it's 5 especially.
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember not really caring about Cloud City and like what was it? What's the not the Wookiees, the little Ewoks, the Ewok planet. I hated that.
Endor?
Yeah. I didn't want to say Andor because it sounded like Andor, and I'm like, wait a minute, that can't be right.
Yeah, you got it.
No.
They were designed specifically to sell toys.
Yeah.
George Lucas is the mastermind.
The goat. No. That surface of him like photobombing a newscaster as he walks into a store resurfaced on my TikTok the other day.
Yeah, they just had no idea. George Lucas walking around.
Yeah, he walks behind them for a few seconds, stares into the camera.
Just lost.
And then
this isn't Coruscant.
Yeah.
Where am I?
This is in Coruscant. No, So, anything else you want to cover?
I think we pretty much covered everything.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on today.
No problem.
Donating your basement for the episode.
Do you want me to like exit off stage?
Yeah, exit off.
Trap door goes out or something.
Trap door. Yeah. So, again, thank you. This has been episode 3 of Basement Dwellers. Hopefully, we get some more episodes up and running. I've been trying to get episodes coming faster, but every time I tried, some happened, canceled, or been too long since the most recent movie, so it's not even worth talking about at that point. But I noticed that like this podcast is a very limited. You can't really go rewatch thing unless like it'd be a bit shock factor going back because like I think episode 1 we talked about like Hawkeye predictions.
Yeah, I go back for like nostalgia purposes.
Yeah. No, I think it'd be pretty cool because it'd be like, oh, well, that obviously didn't happen.
Wrong.
I think like episode 2, no, it might have been episode, no. Well, one of the episodes, I think it might have been the last one. I was like, yeah, no, I think No Way Home's going to be the best movie. out of the MCU. Wrong.
Correct.
Alright.
You should do like a video where like you go back to like your other podcast and just like take clips of them of like all your predictions and then see if they're right or wrong.
Maybe like an episode like 10 special or something crazy. No, but again, thank you for coming on, and well, hopefully we'll see you on the next one, maybe.
Hopefully.
All right. See you guys. Thank you. Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment down below if any of our predictions or ratings were a bit off. I know his No Way Home one's a bit
Roast
off,
this guy about his No Way Home rating, please. Everyone, do it right
My
now.
awesome No Way Home ratings. Yeah. All right.
3 out of 10.
All right.